So here is the 68 millimeter, 68 for road, 70 for mountain, English threaded bottom bracket that I put on my Cannondale CAD 9, which fortunately did not have the press fit BB30 that they put on the CAD 10. It was like a couple years before they did that, so it had a nice, easy English threaded bottom bracket similar to my 1992 Schwinn Paramount, which also has a 68 millimeter English threaded bottom bracket. So I buy this $15 Ultegra bottom bracket, put it on, and I'm ready to roll with Hollowtech. I can either go 105, Ultegra, Dura Ace, but it's a two-piece, easy system, and I am very happy with the upgrade. So any English threaded bottom bracket, whether it's Octalink, ISIS drive, or square taper, like my Paramount here, can be replaced with this Ultegra bottom bracket and move up to the Hollowtech 2. Okay, all the weights are together, and it looks like the Dura Ace was 7,700 with the Octalink is weighing 112 grams more than the Ultegra 6800 with Hollowtech 2. And a power meter also, which is actually a Dura Ace 9,000. So we are effectively saving a $1/4 pound, conveniently, about the weight of the iPhone that I'm holding in my hand. Not crazy amounts of weight here, but we're talking about just our crankshaft and bottom bracket. I think that part of the performance benefit will be in, or is said to be in, stiffness, less parts, I guess. I don't know. But the weight savings anyway came from the bottom bracket mostly, switching from the Hollowtech to the Octalink. Hollowtech is located on the crank. Octalink is a 3-piece system. The Hollowtech is a 2-piece system. Yeah, as you can see, the weight savings really came from the bottom bracket, the newer bottom bracket, newer technology. Even though that there was some weight tacked on the Ultegra drive crank because of the welded on axle there. So yeah, that's a cool little upgrade, but mainly it's going to enable me to put on this power meter, which will be a lot of fun. So really modernizing a bike that costs only a few $100s. Nice. Alright, I finished the repair about a week ago, and I've had some time to ride the bike, and I am extremely happy with my drivetrain and bottom bracket upgrade here. I've got the Ultegra 6800 from the 1996 Dura Ace 7700 that was on there with the Octalink. I saved a $1/4 pound, and it just feels really solid. I have to say it does feel a little bit stiffer. It has allowed me to put this power meter on, which has been a ton of fun, and that only fits for the Hollowtech 2 crank sets, so I couldn't get a power meter for my bike on the old Octalink. It was definitely an upgrade. The Octalink was getting older, and it was a little bit dirty, and I didn't really think to service it. I came across this Ultegra used, but they sell the Shimano 105 crankset for $79, and you can get a Stages power meter for about $400 these days. And the 68 millimeter English threaded bottom bracket is extremely common and cheap. It was only $15 for the bottom bracket. So I'm looking to take this bike and maybe get the 11 speed on it now with the hidden brake cables. That's also 6800, move up to the 6800 and get the 11 speed from the 9 speed. And yeah, this drivetrain, it really feels like a new bike, and I really like the way it looks. Might even be more aerodynamic, I don't know. But that's that. Okay, the weight of my Cannondale CAD 9, 8.75 kilograms. Okay, I've got this a little greased up in here. I don't want to strip it. Got it. Threaded it on. I threaded it on, and it's nice and tight. Just needs to go finger tight. And now I'm going to screw this in, and it's going to take over my crank guide. It's going to take over my crank. Alright. So there's the naked Octalink bottom bracket, and it can already looks dirty, and I can already kind of feel it's not free spinning. It's even kind of laborious to turn it. Not too bad, but can already see that this is going to be an upgrade. Okay, let's get this thing off. Alright, I've got the bottom bracket. The Cannondale is ready for the new bottom bracket. I just need to clean these threads thoroughly and grease them up. Also a good opportunity to clean the area that you can't really reach behind the crank, and do a little inspection of the bottom bracket. Make sure there's no major damage. There's a little bit of damage there. I don't think that's a problem though. Alright, I got the threads all cleaned up, and now I'm going to throw some grease on them before I put the bottom bracket on. Alright, do the drive side first, and that's going to be reverse threaded. Oh, and it's going on nice and smooth because I cleaned up the threads there. This actually has some thread lock on it as well. Okay, and then clockwise on the non-drive side.
I'm very confused as to what this thing is.
Okay, put the crank on. Alright, and the non-drive side is keyed. Can only go on one way. Alright, and I'm going to take this cap here. Get this screwed in. Take my tool, BBT9, use the other end to screw this in. And this is where I have to get the setting right to preload the bearings. So I'm gonna get this just about finger tight. I'm gonna feel spinning. So maybe just a little tighter here. Just about finger tight. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. All right, that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna get these bolts in, and this is what's gonna hold it on tight, and this is what I need to get tight. These are gonna go down to between 12 and 14 Newton meters. I'm gonna tighten them in a crisscross fashion. Got my Park Tool torque wrench. Get my chain back on. And voila, there we go. No play, tighten down. And the last thing I'll have to do is change the limit screws on my front derailleur, and probably gonna have to re-index the rear derailleur just because of the minor changes. And that's it.